A few minutes ago, I had the opportunity to talk to a guy who, and I'll set this up a little bit. He was an oil trader, and he partnered with another oil trader, and these guys are European, and somehow one found out the other was trading Russian oil, which is completely illegal. They've been sanctioned, and now there's a massive feud going on. Take a listen to our first guest. All right, let's bring in our first guest, and his name is Gaurav Srivastava. And he is, I guess you can call him, he's being targeted. Now, this is a fascinating story. I come from a long history of oil trading. That's my background. And a good friend of mine who's also an oil trader sent this story to me. And then another friend said, you must talk about this. So let's bring in Gaurav Srivastava. Please tell the audience exactly how this went down. There was an oil trading going on between you and someone who you became a partner with. It went south because you found out some pretty damning information about your partner at the time, and then it all went south. So please just set it up for us.
So I heard about the gentleman. His name is sanctioned now, thrice sanctioned. His name is Niels Troost. And he reached out to me through some of my gatekeepers who brought this business deal to me. We ended up doing this partnership, but I figured out that it was all a setup and that he was using this as a way to trade illegally sanctioned Russian oil, which was completely illegal at that time. And when I figured this out, and he knew I knew about it, and I reported him, he went on this extensive disinformation campaign, which really affected my kids' life, my personal lives, to the point where it was a very, very dark place for me because of what he did. And it was all just to cover up the illegal trade that he was doing.
It's fascinating, Gaurav, because I'm a trader, and I know how you don't need to do some of the things that he did. So at some point, you guys develop a business partnership, and then you want to go into look into the books because you're making an investment, and you find what? That he's going around sanctions, illegally trading Russian oil, because right now the United States is still, then in 2023, and is still sanctioning oil purchases and trading with Russian oil. Go ahead.
Not only is he illegally trading oil, he is using and creating fake receipts. He's creating fake documents. He's using fake bank accounts. He is moving money to sanctioned Russian individuals that are deeply, deeply connected to the Russian war machinery, and doing all that out of a company that on the facade of it was a trading company. And when I figured out exactly what he was doing, he went on to create this narrative and destroy my name on Google through 347 pay-to-play articles.
So he was sanctioned. I believe I read that he was sanctioned by the EU, the UK, and also the US Treasury in some form or another. Yes.
And Switzerland, Monaco, and France. And he is the first EU national to ever be sanctioned, which means that his home country of Netherlands agreed to put him on the sanction list, which is unprecedented. It's never happened before. Mm-hmm. And there was a tweet that I made this morning on my Twitter account that talked about how Bar, which is another oil trader that was sanctioned by the UK today, was basically the Financial Times, which had written about me, wrote that it's a great thing that the UK sanctioned Bar, but at the same time, they said that Niels Troost, who was a veteran oil trader, was duped by me. I mean, juxtaposition is unreal.
So what is his stance? I mean, it's literally illegal to negotiate and trade Russian oil. I remember Mark Rich famously, 20, 30 years ago was trading Iranian oil. And what he would do is, we had sanctions against Iran. No one was allowed to buy Iranian oil or trade Iranian oil. And countries would buy Iranian oil half price, and then Mark Rich would buy it just a little bit more. They'd make their money, and you go sell it as some other form of oil. He was on the FBI's most wanted list for doing that, yet you're saying this Niels Troost, you're accusing Niels Troost of doing the same thing. How is he bypassing any sort of CIA, FBI investigations, and or why isn't he a wanted man?
Well, he is. I mean, he has multiple countries already sanctioned him.
But Gaurav, sanctioning someone and putting them on a wanted list of, you know, investigation and or incarceration are two vastly different things.
I mean, look, when it was very interesting. So Troost ended up hiring this lobbyist. His name is Ankit Desai, who publicly actually lobbied for him from the Biden administration, and he represented him when he was sanctioned. Now, I cannot tell this for certain. I have no way to know otherwise. But was Ankit Desai, was the lobbyist, Ankit Desai, involved in stopping the Biden administration from doing the actions that you are talking about? In my opinion, absolutely. The agency should investigate such matters, should understand where is this going. The American people definitely need to know. But a $2 million contract that was publicly disclosed in the FARA filings from an ex-Biden official, that maybe that was that a protection that he had got before. And hopefully this administration can look into that further. And this Justice Department can investigate that further.
Is that what you're asking? Are you asking the Trump DOJ?
I would love the Trump DOJ to figure out what exactly is Niels Troost real connection.
Is he still operating?
I don't know whether he's operating or not, but you hear about it. He has morphed his entity from Paramount, and then he set up another company called Harvest that magically went from grain trading to oil trading. And Public Eye, which is a great online investigative platform, they actually wrote about it, and you can see it. You can see an article that talks about the mysterious grain trader that became an oil trader. Mm-hmm. So is he still fronting for it? I don't know, but that's something that the government should definitely investigate.
No question about it. No doubt about it. It's worth an investigation, because we put these sanctions in for a reason. We put them in because other countries aren't supposed to be, other people or countries or companies are not supposed to be negotiating deals with a sanctioned company. Iran, North Korea, Russia. And if you do, there should be penalties for it. All right, Gaurav, we're going to let you go. We're going to stay on top of it. And I have to reach out to Niels Troost to find, let's hear what he has to say about it as well. But I appreciate your time. And by the way, if he's doing some sort of smear campaign against you, which you say he is, and your family, there is absolutely no reason for that, no time for that. But we will get into it a little bit more. And as the story develops, we'll have you back to talk about it again. Gaurav.
Yeah, thank you for your time. And I really appreciate you hearing the story out. And it's been a very painful time for me because of the smear campaign. But I definitely hope the Trump Justice Department investigates this further.
No, we know a person over there or two, don't we? All right. Nice to meet you, sir. And we will stay on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.